Welcome to Motivational Monday. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And my question today is, when do you see success? Is it in your 20s, your 30s, even your 40s? No, it can't be 50s and above, can it? Well, let's discuss it. So before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and do share, especially if you find value in this presentation, okay? So here's the thing. One of my biggest inspirations is to see people later in life that actually accomplish and do things in their life. And I'll tell you why. Most of us today, living today in 2023, are lulled by the fact that there's a Mark Zuckerberg, or there's a Steve Jobs, or there's a Bill Gates, or there's an Elon Musk, okay? All that saw success earlier in their lives, maybe in their 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and saw some tremendous, extravagant, okay, really ridiculous, out of this world kind of success. And that's not the norm, okay? Most people see success in their 40s and above. It takes a long time to learn a skill, right? It turns a long time to get familiarized with that skill. It turns a long time to actually recreate that skill. So not everybody is privy to seeing success so early in life, okay? So one of my people that inspires me tremendously is a guy by the name of Ray Kroc. Now, Ray Kroc actually this story actually developed into a movie called The Founder, where it recreates his experience in franchising McDonald's. Now, at the time, McDonald's was run by two brothers. I believe there was just one location, and they revolutionized the fast food business, okay? They took it to another level. They made it fast, they made it efficient, they made it tasty, and they made it affordable, and all that just knocked out the world at that time. That was just, so cutting edge, a service that the world just needed. And he saw the next level to it, which was to franchise it. And tremendous foresight. And up until his 50s, he was just a traveling salesman for products, okay? For milkshake products, okay? And for mixers and stuff like that. And, for a person like that to seek success later in his life and not to give up and to pursue and to recreate himself is a tremendous feat. And I believe that today we are lulled by the Elon Musks, the Bill Gates, all those guys that see success earlier in their lives, Mark Zuckerberg, because we live in this dot-com era where these people kind of landed on success very early, didn't anticipate it, maybe even prematurely. And I believe even for them, there was a need to acclimate into that success. But when you see your life, and they have to learn fast forward, okay? Which is not necessarily by most people. Most people need to learn over time after doing it for, 10, 20 years. But here's the story, okay? No matter where you are in life, okay? And I'm a late riser. I, put that out there. And, not only am I a late bloomer, but I am a late bloomer, but when I do the thing that I do it better and I'm more creative about it. And that's something that I have to come to terms with, to just be patient with myself. And if you're not there yet, not there expressing what your true passion is, you got to give yourself time. And it may come and it may not come. But guess what? If you're doing what you're passionate about, at least you get to do what you're passionate about. And if you're able to make a living out of it, even greater. And if you're able to see success, financial success as a result of it, that's just the icing on the cake. And that is truly what I believe a person should do. A person should put all their energy into something that they truly feel passionate about, and that will come back to you. Now, the story of this is really ending off in 2023, and most of us, sometimes are lulled into it because we live in a society that writes things off, okay? And what's my point of this is, when companies come towards the end of the year, there's a lot of expenses that they write off, right? And I believe that we, as human beings, have learned and conditioned ourselves, because we live in 2023, to write things off. And I believe that's a tremendous disservice to ourselves. Just because you're 39 or you're 48 or you're even 56 and you think your time has gone through and you haven't really felt fulfilled, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's financially, whether it's spiritually, whether it's emotionally, whatever it is, okay, that you want to do, don't write it off. Okay, that's the biggest lesson. If you can't get yourself together to do a workout this morning, do it in the afternoon. If you can't do it in the afternoon, do it at night, but don't write it off. It's like somebody said, okay, I gave up, I by mistake had some sugar in my coffee and I gave up my diet. That's it, it's all gone. That's ridiculous. You have the rest of the day to follow through on it, okay? Follow through on it now. You don't have to wait for it tomorrow. You don't have to press the reset button for another day or another week or another month or another year. Do it now. And that's my biggest lesson for you today is really just instead of writing it off, start now. Whatever it is, just make that smallest thing, even if it takes you 4 minutes. I love to start things for 4 minutes. I only give myself 4 minutes and I put it on my clock and I say, I'm only doing this task for 4 minutes, because if I do more than that, it's overwhelming. It feels like as if I'm picking up a building, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so I give myself small tasks and I build myself. Instead of 4 minutes today, I do 6 minutes the next day, 8 minutes the next day, 10 minutes the next day, on and on and on. And it's incrementally more. And before you know it, you're up to 20 minutes, you have up to a half hour, etc., towards what you're working towards. And that's a tremendous amount of returns to yourself. And you see those returns exponentially, not just in a aggregated 2% per year. You see it compounding from year to year. And that is where it's at. You know, most of these people have had to learn things through trial and error. And life is only through trial and error, no matter what we do in life. And that's my message to my children, and that's my message to myself, and that's my message to you, because at any given time, and here's a personal story, you know, my older kids, didn't grow up with some of the amenities that my younger kids grew up with. And they kind of say, oh, when we were younger, we didn't have this and we didn't have this. And the younger kids don't know how to appreciate it. And what I'm saying to you is, like, sometimes in life, you don't know how to appreciate what you have in the moment because you haven't seen it fully mature into what it's supposed to be. And sometimes you just need to follow it through, because you'll experience different things. You'll be at a certain job and then you'll be in another industry completely unrelated. And then you'll be in a third industry and you say, what can I bring to this third industry? And you have this experience that makes you very unique, and you have that experience that makes you very unique, and you put it and you synergize it into that third position. And you're like, all of a sudden you're a rock star, and you didn't even think that you'd be a rock star as a result of it. But that's what it's about. It's about synergizing everything that we've done in your life accumulatively so that you could become the best version of yourself, to bring that not only to yourself, but to the rest of the world. So with that note, I wish everybody a happy holiday season. Thank you.